I was 42 and having routine surgery when I flatlined and encountered the following common events. The tunnel that immediately appeared didn't come from up there somewhere, it actually rose up from my body, seemingly from my own etheric substance. Instead of leading up toward the sky, it led across, at maybe a 20-degree angle, confirming that the other side isn't some distant paradise beyond the clouds. It really exists right here among us, only 3 feet above our ground level, simply in another dimension with a much higher vibration than ours. I didn't just feel completely alive as I moved through the tunnel, I was completely alive. Only my body, the vehicle I had traveled in during this lifetime, had conked out. I felt weightless, free, and exhilarated, filled with the peaceful certainty that everyone and everything I had ever worried about would be fine. With my newfound sense of timeless eternity, I knew that my loved ones and I would be together again in what would seem like almost no time at all. The legendary white light appeared ahead of me, with sacred brilliance and infinite knowledge. The figure of a loved one stepped into the large opening at the end of the tunnel, in my case my cherished Grandma Ada. The opening was wide enough that I could glimpse a meadow beyond her, like any grassy, flower-filled meadow on earth, with its colors enriched and magnified 1,000 times. Obviously mine was on a near-death experience, and 2 things happened simultaneously to emphasize that point. When I reached out my hand to Grandma Ada, she reached out her hand as well, but her palm was facing me, in a gesture that meant stop. And at that same moment, I heard the faint, distant voice of a friend I'd left standing beside my hospital bed pleading, "Sylvia, don't go, you're so needed." The sensation of returning to Earth made me feel as if a huge rubber band that had been wrapped around my waist and stretched to its limit was now pulling me back. 1 second my hand was just inches from Grandma Ada's, and the next second I was snapped away from her and slammed back into the confining heaviness of my body. Not only was I not glad to be back, I felt angry, frustrated, and depressed for days afterward.